So while I sit here waiting for my truck to warm up a little bit more, I wanted to share this amazing conversation I had with my friend Darren Voss. He's also the co-host of Breakfast At, which most people don't know. I don't know why, but he is. He was also co-founder because it was him and I who wanted to start this idea. So look forward to that in this winter time coming back. We're going to start that back up again. We're in the midst of the season. Anyway, him and I still sit and converse and have these deep conversations, which I appreciate him on, because though him and I stand on different sides of belief in a way, we still believe in humanity to the capacity that we're willing to talk about the things that we see and the potentials if we were to adjust as a society these things. I've been reading some books on sociology and, some of these questions that come up that I'm posed with, that I am grateful to be posed with. Like, who are you really? That's a question I don't know a lot of people asking themselves, if they really ever ask themselves that. And I mean, who are you really outside of the context of your biases, outside of the belief you have about yourself or the belief others have about you? Who are you outside of your job, your affiliations? Who are you outside of what your family element is like? Who are you really? You'll come to find that sometimes that question is very hard to answer because we are encompassed at all sides by these biases and these structural concepts that consume us. I mean, all of these things are societally driven, and so very seldom do people have the opportunity to confront themselves and their own bias. So that was the topic of subject today, and it went everywhere. But it stayed on topic for the most part, just because we've been really good at helping each other refocus what we were talking about, which is a sign of a good friend. If you don't have friends who do that, you should check them, because a good friend's going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And in doing so, they probably also hope that you do that for them as well. That's also a sign of a good friend, if they can take and receive. Anyway, it was a concept that I had been posed with the book that I've been reading, the Production of Reality. It's a sociology book, something that I picked up just because that to me is light reading. Weirdly enough, the light reading like A Brief History of Time that I read because it was just light reading. It's not light reading, and I don't mean to make it seem that way. That's not what I mean when I say it. I read it for my own self, not for a class. I read it because I'm genuinely interested in the sociology of the world we live in, and what sociology is, and the constructs at which we exist in. So, anyway, if you haven't been confronting your own biases, I urge you to. It is telling about yourself in many ways. Your willingness to confront your own bias shows your willingness to confront the potential of stagnation, the potential place that you find yourself in, your beliefs. If you can't confront your beliefs, you are consumed by them, you are imprisoned by them. Your beliefs are only a part of the construct that was built around you, that you have embedded yourself into. And if you don't believe that, again, you might not be confronting your biases. This is something I have to confront as well myself. So yes, me presenting that to you, know that I present it to myself as well. You are the reflection of a mirror. I am a mirror. I look in the mirror, I reflect, and I look at myself too. Because that's just how we grow. That's just how we get better. So yeah, that's the concept of the day for me today, and me sharing with you guys. Who are you really? When shed of all of your biases, all of your beliefs about yourself, all of the beliefs you think people have of you, who are you really? I urge you to consider that question for yourself and take the time to think about it. If you are able to come up with an answer quickly, that means you probably haven't sat on that question long enough, or navigated the immediate thoughts that come when you ask yourself these questions. So again, it's a deep dive into who you are, how you manage the discomfort of real questions. I mean, in the end, right? Otherwise, I hope everyone is having an amazing day. I hope you guys are doing well. It's a beautiful Sunday. The weather is sweet. I hope it is that way for you. And if it's not, I hope you can find your way to a good place and find yourself mentally in a good place. I hope you can find yourself thriving with joy and abundance of joy and love, so that you can share that and bestow it onto everyone that is around you and by you, who can benefit from that and needs that. Otherwise, what are we contributing if not to the detriment and damnation of us? So, love y'all. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and be well. Peace.